that make up Roberta's unique flowers and plants. They hail from the same area of the country that I do, back in Indiana. Derek, welcome. Welcome.
Nice to see you, Dan.
The Wallines are now a 4th generation business. People think of June and July as strawberries. It doesn't matter whether you live in a tiny little apartment with one window, or if you live and you want to grow them on a patio, or if you wish to plant them in the ground. These are gourmet strawberries, and they are different than any other strawberries that you would ever find in your local gardening centers.
Yep.
Because it turns out, strangely enough, the best strawberries in the world come from Holland.
From Holland. I mean, the best of everything in the garden world comes from Holland. I want to show you these strawberries while I'm talking. My father and my uncle went to Holland a few years ago. They were looking at tulip bulbs and lilies, and then they saw this man with some strawberries, and he said, wow, what's so great about those? Well, for example, these strawberries, there's 3 varieties, are the strawberries which are used by the professional gourmet cooks all over Europe.
Yep.
They're dripping with juice. The thing is, when we go to an American grocery store and we look at strawberries, we find big strawberries that have no taste.
Oh my gosh.
Isn't it? So
These should come with a bib. That is a lot of juice. That is amazingly sweet. We grow produce here in America for looks.
for looks. But in Holland, they grow it for taste
flavor,
and looks together.
Oh,
so
man,
we're looking at a collection of 3 totally unheard of strawberry varieties. You'll never see these in America. The reason why they're great, first of all, they all produce different kinds of fruit. First, you've got Elan with white flowers turning into these medium-sized, super juicy nectarian strawberries. These varieties of strawberries bloom in May, start producing fruit in June all the way to October.
That's beautiful.
And
so summer doesn't have to end when summer ends.
Exactly. So here's Elan. These will produce the first season 2 pounds of fruit each. And you're getting 6 plants. Do the math.
So this year, you'll get 2 pounds.
Yeah.
They are special priced. Look at that. You've
Gassana.
never seen a strawberry
Now, their
plant
variety, you're getting
with
2
those
of these.
flowers.
Yeah, what's unique is that the fruits themselves are very special, but even the flowers, they're coming in 3 different colors: pink, dark pink, and white, which is unheard of. So this looks aesthetically pleasing all summer long, as well as, you know, your taste buds are going to be totally excited. Now, the idea is Gassana, these produce a slightly smaller fruit. And then we've got Toscana.
Yeah, but they're packed.
Toscana actually won the Floral Select Award a few years ago, which is the Grammys of the plant world.
Which is kind of rare for an edible.
Oh, totally rare. You hardly ever see that, because this produces some of the highest grade strawberry fruits in the entire world, hands down.
This sold out the last day that it was presented. It's the very first day it has ever been available with 4 easy pay payments. Our special price for the event, we're in a spring event. We don't care if it's not spring yet.
Yep.
We're still in a spring event. That price is $26.32 for 6 plants. You dipped it in chocolate. Look at this.
Some Holland strawberry dipped in chocolate.
My technical director just saw this and went, oh, just stop. That's a beautiful piece of fruit. And there is a difference in flavor between these 3 different breeds of plants. So you're going to get 2 of each one of the 3 different strains, 6 of them all told, and they are a perennial. If you plant them in the ground, at the end of the year, I know this is going to sound crazy, at the end of the season, like late October, you run your lawnmower over the top of it and just boom, and then they come back up the next year.
Yeah, totally. And the thing is, if you live in an apartment, I can't stress this enough. Apartment dwellers need their own strawberry plants. Don't buy the GMO, chemically laden strawberries from the store anywhere. You can do this with a small deck just this size, because they only get, you know, this big, a foot by a foot, and you're only having 6 of them. But each plant is going to produce 2 pounds of fruit the first year.
You cannot get this flavor from a grocery store.
It's impossible.
You can't get it. It's a gourmet plant. By the way, the plant itself, strawberries are not normally thought of as beautiful house plants, but these happen to be beautiful. Look at those flowers.
Yep.
And next year, this year you'll get about, you said, roughly about 2 pounds of strawberries per plant. Next year there'll be even more prolific.
There'll be even more. And what you're getting here, I just want to show you.
That's so good.
You're getting 6 plants, 3 varieties, 2 of each. Now, These plants have already gone through their first winter. We've overwintered them for them. That means their root ball is really intact. They're ready to go. You put these in a pot when you get home, you're gonna have fruit this summer, hands down. Totally expect it. And then year after year.
Better fruit than you've ever had.
Yeah.
It really comes down to this. In America, and I hate to say that, tomatoes are a good example, strawberries are another one, apples would be a third. That they're actually bred for their appearance more so than they are their flavor. Tomatoes in America are bred just so they have tougher skin so they can go through automated picking equipment. Strawberries are one of Mother Nature's greatest gifts, but very few people have ever tasted gourmet. We don't have a lot of these. To Sean, we've had what, 1,500 of you that have already said, oh, absolutely. QVC.com is definitely the best way to do this because that's gonna get you in fast enough. That is a sale price. These sold out the last day that they were on the air. We are finally able to get them back in. They've never been presented with 4 easy pay payments, and anyone can grow strawberries.
Oh, it's so easy. They like a part to full day sun.
Yep.
You water them, once or twice a week. Keep them outdoors. In an apartment, you're totally covered. In the ground, you're totally covered. But these varieties, my uncle and my father personally went to Holland, discovered them. The hybridizer, the breeder said, look, these strawberries are something else. One of them is a Floral Select Award winner, but the rest of the varieties, these are what are being grown for the gourmet kitchens, the gourmet restaurants, the gourmet grocery stores. They have a lot of gourmet culture in Europe. We don't, in America, we just think, oh, any old thing is okay.
No,
Not in Europe.
no.
They really know their food and they're very selective. And these varieties of strawberries is what we're talking about.
I'm still working on the same strawberry. That was huge. And the little ones, oh. The amount of juice that comes out of them is truly exceptional. And they're different shapes, and that's something I didn't realize. If you say to any average individual, what does a strawberry look like? You can get a pretty good idea, but some of these varieties grow really funky looking strawberries.
Totally.
And it's weird, the funkier they look in shape, the better tasting they are.
Yeah.
Have you found that to be the case?
Oh, totally.
I don't know what it is.
Now-
I'll find, oh. Look at this little guy. You're gonna get varieties that look like this because you're getting 3 different varieties. That is a different breed, if you will, than this little guy. This little guy has flavor like you wouldn't believe.
But the nice thing is these varieties, even the large ones, have so much sweetness. See, in a grocery store in the States, you buy these big fat strawberries, but they're just air. There's no flavor, there's no sugars. They picked them 2 weeks before they're ready for harvest. When you grow your own strawberry, first of all, they can be organic. You can grow them just like you want. You pick them when they're ripe. You don't spray them with ethyl chemicals. And they're naturally flavorful because they've been
won't be
hybridized
disappointed.
that
Listen,
way.
and this isn't even just a gardening thing. This is just a joy of life thing. It is a celebration when you go out in your own backyard, or if you put them in containers to go out to your back deck, and in the morning, before you put that pot of coffee on, and before you throw pancake batter in the fry pan, to pick a dozen, 14, 18, 2 dozen strawberries off your own plant, and then dice them up and put them on fresh pancakes. I'm telling you, it's the best way to start a day. You'll have fruit this year now.
2 pounds of fruit per plant.
Per plant. So that's 12 pounds of strawberry. What do strawberries cost in the grocery store? When you get those little
organic
green
strawberries
pints.
are expensive.
Yeah, and you will not be disappointed. And they're guaranteed to grow. This is it. We've got about 30 seconds left, and then we've got to move on. This is a special price. There are not many left. Over 3,000 people have said, we're going to grow strawberries this summer. My hands are all sticky, buddy. Elbow bump. You're the best. We will ship them to you at the right time for you to actually plant them in the ground.